just some really weird noises. It kind of sounded like cats screaming, dogs screaming, children fighting over mangled body parts. I'm not entirely sure. But I mean, our neighbors, they do have a lot of kids. Maple killed a possum last night. It was getting into our gardens. There were two. One died, one I think walked away. During the day, Maple's pretty different. At night, Maple's kind of like goes full coonhound hunting. Possums at night, they do something. Maple gets crazy with those. Same thing with mine. She gets bananas. But hey, chickens, it's fine. Just sit in the road. I don't care. The one that she killed was kind of up by my dad's, and they had been eating the butternut squash that's not even quite ripe, but almost there. That's when it really hurts, is when your produce is just about ripe and they find it for you and pick it with their teeth and leave you what they decide to save for later. There could be animals fighting over the dead possum. It's up at the top of our property, and that could have been what I'm hearing. Treasure was really weird. They always look out this way from their pen. So I think we might want to put up a trail camera to see like why, because whenever anything goes down, they look to their back left corner. And I'm like, okay, what's visiting you guys? They'll stop eating, and the mom is going, one of them eats, which is usually Shamrock, and Treasure goes on watch, and she just gives that corner for full supervision. What they're doing. So I know it's a beautiful night, but I don't think it's safe for you guys to be out all night long. They don't want to go to bed, they say. They say they're going to swim all night. Second time this has happened in the past month. And I'm afraid it's going to turn into a habit, and it's going to undo all the duck training that I went through with them. Look at that. I'm not going to lie. I mean, it's a beautiful night, but guys, kind of like Photoshop out the trailers, and it's like, oh wow, it's so pretty here. Guys, there's one duck that will follow me up there, but she gets freaked out because no one else is coming with her. I'm guessing they must be eating something and they don't want to come back. You guys gonna be alright tonight? There's one duck in there, but she's on her imaginary clutch of eggs, and she's just feeling broody, and she's not gonna come out. So if something goes in that coop tonight, it might get her. Especially because there's a bunch of food. I put food out for them, and they still won't go in there. As I'm preparing for the storm, I noticed that the rooster Noni is running after the Can-Am without his two hens. I don't know it at the time, but they're no longer with us. Two of the chickens have disappeared in this weather. It's a great time to have to go looking for them. At this point, I was pretty sure that the chickens were just sort of hiding from the storm and panicking, because that's kind of what they do. You might lose some tarps. Whoa. Get the shelter, after the storm passed and I went looking for them and I couldn't find them, I started to really worry, especially because the rooster was just hanging out without them. Okay, got me a little nervous. Is that a bird? Or debris? Look who's here without his girlfriends. You're making me nervous. You totally lost them, didn't you? Oh, that's weird. You can see the steam. Oh, little fish. Yeah, he was feeling inspired, but he did try to do it.
That's not Carol.
No, that's Marilyn.
Oh.
Oh god. Oh, we got a new rooster. That's the other rooster. He's not allowed up here apparently. I now know why he. In the morning, the chickens are still missing. And Noni comes up to the house as though he doesn't know what to do with himself. And the turkeys chase him away because he's acting very strangely. They're gonna fight each other though. Backup is coming!
Everyone took a feather.
It looks like stopping them is that they don't know if they're going to be mad at each other or him. Handsies! Just like, what the heck, guys?
Did they come out like a wrecking ball?
Yes. This is actually the last time I ever see Noni alive. So here's a little backstory. The ducks have not been in their pen the past 2 nights. They have refused to follow me and go in night-night, and they go into the pond and they won't go in. So it's been 2 nights in a row. Tonight I got them in, so I broke that habit. It's going to be the 3rd night. So there's some background on that. I noticed that the first night or second night, I can't really remember, one of our ducks was still nesting, and I thought to myself, if something happens, it's going to happen to that duck. Hey girls! We have lost 4 birds in the past 48 hours. We've lost 4 birds. 1 to my father and 3 to predators. At least we're pretty sure all 3 are dead. Last night, our 2 Wyandotte chickens were missing. It's very frustrating. We had a huge storm roll in, and I was trying to get everything in the scramble, and I realized that our rooster Noni, who's normally with them, was running behind the Can-Am, like being really strange, like super like needy and weird, and it's not like him. Roosters don't normally chase Can-Ams. That's really strange. I realized these girls are missing. I thought, well, because of the storm, maybe there was like a panic about that or something. And then I came to start thinking, like, okay, I don't think I've seen these girls since noon. I didn't hear any weird noises, but who knows? When you have turkeys out, there's a lot of strange things that you hear. And, well, they didn't come back. And all day today I was waiting. I'm like, okay, so they should be regrouping with him if they're going to find him. Then I thought, well, maybe they're laying eggs somewhere and they've got a secret hiding spot, because there's one chicken who hasn't laid in the nesting box for 3 days. So it's possible she's, snuck off and she's got a nest. But, afternoon comes and they're still not back, and so I realized that they're probably deceased somewhere. About 10 o'clock today, the rooster Noni, I noticed that I hadn't heard him crow in a while, and then I go down to take care of the boys, and I find his body hanging upside down. He had attacked my dad. The roosters attacked me a whole bunch, and we'd been intending to cull him for a while, because when he attacks, it really hurts, and he goes after the back of your leg, like in an attempt to actually cause a severe injury to your leg. It's kind of methodical. It's kind of weird. Normally they kind of go after your shoes and stuff, but he's weird, and he sneaks up on you, and it's just unpredictable. So he was completely fine. He didn't have a scratch on him until he met my father today. He had attacked him. But apparently it was really quick. My dad hit him with a stick and knocked him unconscious. And then my dad seized the moment and just, did it. So my dad's going to be eating him soon. I don't know. I know I'm like laughing, but it's just kind of a nervous laughter. Because here's the thing. We found feathered remains of the chickens behind the goat pens over here. And I'll show that. No blood or anything, but it's definitely their feathers, and it's at least one of them is gone. It's dead. We couldn't find any bodies, but I'm assuming one's dead, one might be in hiding somewhere, but in all likelihood they were both killed. And their rooster didn't have a scratch on him. So he either ran and fled, or he just wasn't with them. And it is his job, that's why we keep him around, to protect them. So if he abandoned his ladies and just let them get killed, he really did deserve to die. That's despicable. Like, it's your job as the flock rooster to be in charge and to protect them. Those 3 are gone. Most likely, those 2 hens are gone. At least one. One of our ducks is missing. That duck that was on the nest is gone. And so I don't know if it happened yesterday or the day before. No trace of her anywhere. I thought maybe she had a nest, so we looked everywhere and we couldn't find her. I'm pretty sure she's deceased. I don't know where she is, but there were no feathers and stuff for me to look at. She's just gone. We tried finding her, or we even mowed the grass around there around the pen to see, and there's no sign of her. So something has killed 3 of our birds in the past 48 hours. It's a little nerve-wracking. We do have an empty coop now. It's kind of sad to see it, but we're going to move that, and the chickens that are in with the turkeys are going to go into this coop now that we have that. It's a bummer that we can't combine a Wyandotte that's surviving with them, but it's just one of the things you get when you free range. It's one of the reasons why we had them free ranging, is because they're the savviest of our birds, and because we weren't really as attached to them, and they're kind of a pain to get in their coop. They like to sneak out a lot, and that's sort of how that started. I wish we knew exactly what it was. It makes me nervous that it was behind the goats for the 2 chickens. It makes me nervous that there's something that's going to hurt one of our goats, especially because we're going to be putting our baby goats back here pretty soon. We're working on that pen. The feathers were underneath, right where we were having the measuring reel thing and the string to help guide where we were putting our T-posts. So I'm like, that's pretty freaky. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to have some sort of like electric netting on the back and maybe the sides to try to protect it from whatever is, out here. I think one of the things that people need to be reminded of, farming there's a lot of mixed feelings. It's okay to be sad that the rooster that attacks you all the time has died. It doesn't mean that you are not able to do it. It does not mean that you are too weak and fragile. It just means that you took care of the animal for a year and a half. And his hens, even though they weren't friendly, we took care of them. We gave them a really nice life, I think. They loved running around. They loved what they did. They loved going to the creek together. And now they're together in the afterlife, pecking around with each other. It's all right to be sad about a rooster being killed. There are some people who say that if you feel upset about something like that, that you should stop, that homesteading's not for you, and that that makes you weak. It just means you have empathy for your animals and you gave them the good life. It doesn't mean that, this isn't for you, and that you should feel ashamed for feeling sorry for one of your roosters dying. You take care of it. Of course you're going to have feelings for it. As long as it doesn't stop everything you're doing, I think it's sad, and it's okay to be sad and happy and all these things all at once about this animal. It's just a part of it. So the next video will show when I find the feathers while Dad and I are building our goat pens. I'll have a video up of what we found on the trail cameras, because I believe we do find what did it.